Back to my unpopular opinion. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, and all that good stuff. So I want to give my opinion about a few topics really quickly. First, I want to talk about JT, her City Cinderella mixtape, and how Ursula, aka Cardi B, and Sid the Sloth, aka Ghetto Rilla, how they are throwing a lot of shade towards JT's way. Now, this is obviously expected because we know that there's been beef there. Those girls are upset that JT didn't kiss their butts and follow them, and that she started to lean towards Nicki Minaj and get to know Nicki in a personal way that they wish that they could know Nicki, to be honest. Even though, when people hate you, they really love you, right? So I feel like with the situation with JT, she actually stood up for herself, which is something I respect. And she spoke out against Cardi. And, Cardi doesn't like anybody that speaks out against her, especially black women. She feels like they need to be like in this submissive position to her to do what she says, like she runs the shots or something. And if they don't, then she's calling them, roaches, this, that, and the third, and like they're beneath her, right? So she believes that JT is beneath her, and she got Glorilla, Ghetto Rilla. They probably got on a group chat and started running their mouths about JT and her mixtape and how it didn't sell a whole lot and blah blah blah. So I guess they're saying that JT had number 27 on the charts, and I think she sold like 26 or 27,000 the first week. But overall, she's now sold over 100,000, which is good. And they're mad because they're like, oh, the goalposts keep changing because that would be considered a flop for anyone else. Not really, because the reason it's not considered a flop from JT is because when she was with pissy face Carisha, Miss Pisspot, when she was with her, I think their last album sold like maybe 6,000 or so. And her going solo and selling way more than that, like 20,000 more than that, is a big step up, and that means that people are interested in what she's saying and doing solo. So that means that she's gaining momentum in the right direction. And honestly, she's doing what she's supposed to do. JT is doing the right thing because, and that's how you know when you're on the right track, because you're gaining momentum, you're getting better. The numbers may not be like a Nicki Minaj numbers, but she is gaining momentum. It's always better to go upward than downward. Cardi is going downward. Ghetto Rilla, she's in limbo. She's not really growing, but JT's actually going upward and growing. So if she releases something, down the line and it does even better than this, that is her stepping up. And whenever you're elevating, people who are threatened by you are not going to like you. And I do believe that Pizza Chin Cardi B and her 50,000 ribs that she keeps getting removed. Well, I guess she can't remove no more ribs right now because she's pregnant, I guess, or whatever. She was hating. So she was talking about how her flops are better than other people's flops on Twitter. And, just talking about the numbers and how people getting reality checks. The only people getting reality checks are you. Cardi has so much going on right now, from Offset, having videos of him allegedly with his ex, at a restaurant, and people always talking about he's cheating and never at home and how she's pregnant, so it's easier for him to cheat. They're saying she's having to sell one of her homes due to financial issues, allegedly, or whatever. They're saying that the label is not backing her or giving her all the payola that she's used to. So she should have a lot more to focus on than JT's numbers. But of course, when people hate you, it's because they really love you and have some kind of obsession with you. And I think that Cardi, Miss Pizza Chin, is very, very threatened by JT. JT better watch out because she might try to poke her with that chin. And Ghetto Rilla, to me, is really just a follower. She's just following the women who dislike JT and who dislike that JT went off and had her own brain. And that would be Bigfoot Community Cooch Meg, and that is Pizza Chin Botch Body Botch Face B. They are extremely threatened by her. And Ghetto Rilla decided to come in and kind of like try to fit in and be their mouthpiece by attacking JT and whatever. And she has a lot of nerve to be laughing at anyone. She should never be laughing at anybody because she is not selling that much herself. She gets a quick little sound or whatever, that goes viral, but in reality, no one respects her artistry or what she does. People are actually starting to respect JT. That's the difference. They're respecting that she's trying to elevate and actually elevating. The rest of those girls are staying stagnant, and actually some of them are even declining, like Cardi. And moving on to the next topic of girls declining, Bigfoot Megan is just really, really. It's crazy how she's so cocky all the time, yet she can't she can never put her money where her mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm speaking figuratively. I'm not talking literally money, but I'm saying like she does this big talk, right? She was doing all this big talk of how she's really hip hop and how she who's son and who and this that and the third, and she put her foot in her mouth. She put her big fat foot right in her mouth when she said that, because she went on tour trying to compete with Nicki. The tour did, not horrible, but compared to Nicki, you saying who son and who, Nicki sunned you with her tour. Her tour sunned your tour. When it came down to anything, it's like then she released the album. Nicki's last album sunned your album, right? So Nicki's constantly sunning you, and I just feel like Megan can never back up all that big mouth that she has, and then she gets to crying and crying for sympathy. Now Bigfoot is making a fool of herself, like a clown per usual with that big afro wig, and she needs a red nose and some big shoes to match her big hooves, because she's doing the political thing, trying to get attention for the political rally. And she performed those songs strategically because she wants them to get attention, and to get as many streams as they can. So she performed those songs, but people are like laughing at her like, girl, are you really that tacky that you're going to twerk and shake your stank cooch, bend over and shake that stank cooch, for the freaking potential president? It's like, when did twerking and shaking and dropping it and busting it open, as Megan is an expert at, when does that translate to politics? I just don't get it. And I think Megan is just lost. She's really just lost. And I saw a video of her talking about, not her. It was someone talking about how, Megan has friendships with Beyonce, and she does politics and gains relationships with presidents. That's all ridiculous. First of all, she doesn't have a friendship with Beyonce. Beyonce is only strategically using her for her management and all that other stuff that her and Jay-Z have. She is not your friend. She's using you for whatever little coins that you can bring in for her and her man, okay? That's number one. Number two, Megan don't have no real steam. The only thing Megan has is sympathy. And that's all she does is bust her cooch open and then start crying when people got something to say about it. So she's crashing out to me, and I feel like people need to hold her accountable for how she did all that big talk, and everything she said backfired. We know the saying, go against Nicki is gonna cost you, and it's been costing her big time. And two, they've been talking about the Tory Lanez stuff, and more information has been coming out about that allegedly, and it's making Megan look more and more like the liar that we believe her to be. So I think we're gonna see more about it. Let's move on to Ice Spice and how her first little tour show was packed and it was jumping. People were excited they were there, and how she's going on tour before Cardi B. So Ice Spice is truly like bumping Cardi B out the picture more and more each day. Like, she's already been on tour. They already said she's your replacement girl. And then she's from the same place as you. Then she's on tour. And I just think Ice Spice works harder than Pizza Chin. I think that you might not like her artistry or think she's like, mediocre, but she does work, and she is like, she's playing her cards right, kinda. I don't like some of the dumb stuff she's done, but she's playing her cards right a little bit better than Pizza Chin B. And it's looking like she's pushing her further and further out the picture because she's already going on tour. Like, she's already, got her first album. I wouldn't be surprised if Ice Spice puts out her second album before Cardi does. And that will make Cardi even more of the laughingstock that she truly is. Cardi is truly going through a humbling experience. I'll just say that. And she doesn't even see it because she's not learning her lesson. But she needs to humble herself. But yeah, so Ice Spice, she, they talking all this junk, but she did have a packed out show for the first one. So we'll see what the rest of her dates do. I don't expect it to really do the same, but we will see. We will see. She could prove me wrong. Moving on to Mulatto the Milkmaid, the mistress, the Karen herself, the Karen of all Karens, 21 Savage's concubine, allegedly. Let's talk about how Miss Latto, Miss No Identity, is trying to release an album, and she showed the cover art for the album, and it is looking very lackluster, just like her bars have been lately. I don't know what's going on with Latto. I just feel like she's losing herself. I think after some of the things that have taken place in her career, she's starting to lose herself more and more. And to be honest, I don't think she ever knew who she was truly as an artist in person. I don't really see much growth from her at all. So this album, if it's going to be sounding the same as that Big Mama song, please keep it, Miss Piggy. We don't need it. We don't need it. We just don't. We don't. The same way 21 Savage don't need you in them same panties that you wear every day. We don't need this album, but go ahead and put it out, boo. They said that RCA thinking about shelving her allegedly and dropping her because she ain't been bringing them in no money, no streams, and no clout, nothing. So when I think of her and how she got this big mouth and she do all that big talk just like Megan, I think of that clip where Nene was telling Kenya, every time I look at the scenes, you boring as hell. She said, you don't be doing nothing. That to me is like Latto. Like, she boring as hell. She's a follower, and she don't be doing nothing. Nothing like is entertaining, or like I haven't seen nothing from Latto lately that's like, ooh, she did that. I don't see nothing. All right, nothing. Just nothing. So that's what's going on in, I guess, female rap these days. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.